Hi, it's Steve from PartSelect. Today we're going to try to determine the causes of a gas oven not lighting or not heating. Remember, parts are specific to your model of oven, and the ones shown today may not be the right parts for you. To get the right part for your oven, be sure to search PartSelect.com using your model number. If you need help finding your model, use our model number locator. The link is in the description. Gas ovens burn either propane or natural gas. Most gas ranges currently available use one of three basic gas ignition systems: a pilot flame, a spark igniter, or a hot surface igniter. The last two are referred to as electronic ignition systems because they use electricity to light the oven burner. Only the pilot ignition system has an actual pilot flame to light the burner. Even though your oven is heated by gas, the controls are electric and your range must be powered to work properly. Whenever you have an electric appliance that will not turn on, the first thing to check is the power supply. Make sure everything is plugged in and that the cord is in proper working condition. The next thing to check will be your gas supply. Make sure that any manually operated supply valves are in the on position and that there are no kinks in the gas line. This will also include checking to ensure that there is no obstruction in the burner tube connecting the orifice of your gas valve to the burner. This could include cobwebs, soot, or cooking debris. If you still have no gas supply to the range or oven, then you should contact a qualified gas service technician. If the surface burners of your range are functioning properly, then you can assume that the gas supply is okay. If the surface burners of a range are a spark ignition type, the oven will typically have an electronic ignition system and therefore should not have a pilot light. Please remember that just because the surface burners might light via a spark, that doesn't necessarily mean the oven uses a spark type ignition system too. Hot surface igniters or glow coils are the most common source of oven ignition on ranges that have spark igniters for the surface burners. What happens with a glow bar ignition system is that the thermostat or electronic control closes a switch to supply line voltage power to the oven igniter and gas valve circuit, which are connected in series. As current flows through this circuit, the igniter heats up and begins to glow. When the igniter gets hotter, it draws more current, and when the current level reaches a specific amount, a bimetal inside the oven safety valve will activate and allow gas to flow, and the glowing hot igniter will ignite it. Power must continually flow through the igniter and oven gas valve for gas to be released into the oven burner to create a flame. Once the set temperature is achieved, the control stops all power to the ignition circuit, which causes the igniter to dim and the oven gas valve to close, stopping any burner flame. Cycling on and off continues to maintain the specific temperature the control is set for. Many ovens use a single oven burner, and in this case they only have a single gas valve and igniter. The same burner is used for both bake and broil functions. On high-end models with separate bake and broil burners, there will be an igniter for each burner. They may also use a dual gas valve instead of a separate valve for each burner. On models utilizing a dual gas valve, the internal construction of the valve allows the bake and broil functions to operate independently of each other. Each side of the dual gas valve should be looked at as two separate single gas valves. As long as the igniter is being powered, the control system or thermostat is operating fine. It should only take about a minute for the oven igniter to reach the resistance that allows the proper current for the gas valve to open and the correct temperature for the gas to ignite. The igniter, although glowing, may not be allowing the proper amount of current to flow through it for the bimetal in the oven valve to open. It is also possible for the oven burner to light and cycle a few times and then fail to ignite anymore, or to take a very long time to ignite and therefore fail to maintain the selected temperature. Proper testing of the igniter requires an ammeter to check for adequate current flow through the circuit to the oven valve. Another part that may malfunction is the safety valve itself. If the igniter checks out okay, remove power from the range, remove the wires from the valve, and perform a continuity test with an ohm meter. A working safety valve should read about 2 to 5 ohms. If open, replace the valve. Now that you have a better idea of your problem and can identify what the solution could be and what, if any, parts you need to repair or replace, go to PartSelect.com. There you can order your parts and find more information about your specific repair.